Hello. There are all sorts of intellectual discussions going on around TikTok. Philosophy, theories, postulations. And if that's what you're looking for, then keep going because that is not my thing. My thing is about sharing the practical things that I have learned along the way that help me with my healing, that help me get through my days, quite frankly, because for a lot of us, this is very challenging energy. And I wanted to share with you something that I have been working on and that actually worked today. Now, as with anything, if this doesn't resonate with you, it's not yours, so don't feel any obligation to keep watching. This is just something that I have come up with that works for me. I think that most people in the spiritual community know that the main goal for all of us is to move from fear, and more fear to love. And sure, that's a wonderful concept, but no one gave us a manual, and fear's a bitch to overcome. But because over the last few years, Spirit has brought me so many things that have brought up my fears, I finally caught on that I'm supposed to be not just thinking of it as a concept, but figuring out how to make it work in my life. Now, just a little background. 10 years ago, I had 2 brain surgeries. I had a pituitary macroadenoma that wiped out all my hormones, including my stress hormone. So I take medication several times a day to help me cope with stress. To have then had so many tower moments that were obviously stressful didn't seem really cool. Believe me, I have flipped off the universe many times. You know I can't handle even the littlest bit of stress now, and you're handing me this? But eventually I have been able to kind of balance out my emotions and my reactions, at least eventually. I usually pop off initially just because I'm flustered. It does throw me for a loop when things just suddenly go crazy. And so I have been more mindful lately when things set me off about what the fear is that they are triggering. And today, there was a snafu with my supplemental insurance. Now, of course, instantly, I'm going into fear. Oh my God, what if they didn't take the premium out? What if I don't have coverage? What if I have balances at all the doctor's offices that I saw in May? What if? And at first I had to call Medicare and talk to them. My worry was that Medicare would say, oh, you're not even covered anymore. My mind was just going nuts. And that is what happens with the minds of those of us who have had one awful thing. I'm trying to think of a way to not phrase it in such a negative, but for many of us from childhood on, we have had one awful, challenging thing after another happen, and we have a hard time believing that whatever could be the worst scenario isn't going to happen every time something comes up. Then with me, you add my inability to naturally handle stress without my medication. I do worry a lot. I have a lot of anxiety. But as I'm talking to the Medicare lady, and she is saying, well, let me check this, I'll be right back. I started to pep talk myself. Now, there's no reason for you to panic. The universe has your back, right? Things might be a little screwed up, but you're capable of handling it. You got this. Everything's okay. If you think it's going to go bad, then the universe is going to let you be right. Let's just deal with this fear head on and say, thank you, ego, for wanting to protect me, but we're going to be okay here. You can relax. Then I was told that I had to call my insurance company, that there was something that they were supposed to do that they hadn't, or at least it appeared to be the case. So I called my new supplemental insurance company, and they said they had already done the thing that Medicare said they had to. And then she put me on hold. There's something about being put on hold that makes me suddenly panic. Oh, she doesn't want to tell me what she just saw. Oh, she has to check with the supervisor. I was going into panic mode again because, being on a fixed income, I can't afford what the supplemental would normally cover if they didn't cover it. So again, I'm right into fear. And there have been a lot of financial concerns for me, trust me. After losing my career, after the brain surgeries, all sorts of things have impacted my confidence in whether I will be safe, whether I will be secure. So as I'm on hold, I said, wait. Is this loving to myself to let myself go into this panic mode? And I started talking myself down, I guess you could say. Even if there is something that has to be dealt with, the universe has your back and you can handle it. You've been dealing with a lot of stuff and you're still here. You can do this. So I just kind of calmed myself down. And as it turns out, just things hadn't caught up to where they needed to be. There was no need to be anxious or to worry. Now, the reason I kind of put a bold on wait is because this is what I'm going to be thinking of the next time I go into this fight, flight, or freeze mode. Wait. And then I've come up with what that stands for. When all isn't true. W-A-I-T. When all isn't true. So if you are trying to tackle fears, if this seems like it might work, you can tell yourself, wait. And remember that what you are seeing things as is likely not what the truth of the matter is, that you've gone into that, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what am I going to do? Everything almost turns to shit mode. So I just thought I would throw that out there. One of my little practical tools that has, begun to work for me, at least as of today. I think it'll continue to work. It's sometimes useful to have little triggers for good things. We usually think of triggers as bad things, but your trigger can be that you tell yourself, wait, when all isn't true. And then see if you can kind of work yourself out of the panic. And just let yourself have the time. Wait to see what the real circumstances are. And you guys, even if they are challenging circumstances, you can handle it. Stress hormones being gone or not, you can handle what comes your way. You're strong as fuck. You just forget that when you're in that panicky mode. So that's all I have to share for now. I hope it helps someone. Bye.